Yeah, lemon slices. Mm-hmm. I love lemon too, but if I grew them, I knew I would have so much more than I could necessarily use a lot. I would I would have to start making a lot of lemonade, you know, which would be great. I mean, I do enjoy lemonade. Are they? I wish I had that problem because I go through a lot of tomatoes. I've not had that kind of success with tomatoes though. um, I felt pretty happy this year because I was able to get my tomato plant to grow some, and that was pretty exciting. Does it? Oh, okay. We won't add the cucumber for a while. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, my tomato plant currently is upset because I think I've come to the conclusion that it is sunburned. And the thing is, people come over and they see that my tomato plant is suffering, and they all have suggestions. Everybody has a suggestion. I don't think it has enough water. I think it's maybe watered too much. I think the pot is too small. I think it doesn't have enough nutrients. Um, and it's very difficult for me to actually figure out what is wrong with my tomato plant with so many divergent um, amounts of feedback from people about what is going on. But I called Onyx and we talked for a while. And when she was here, yeah, of course, of course. Um, and she said when she was here, she had noticed that a few of the leaves did look sunburnt, but it didn't look too extreme. And that if I'm having it continue and get worse, that it probably just needs to be placed a little bit more in the shade. Very nice. But I haven't. I really haven't. Um, but it was so bright and hot, and the sun was so intense there for a few weeks. And I do know that there was at least a little bit of time where I did underwater it some. Um, but then I started watering it to try to make up for it, and then I probably overwatered it. Mm-hmm. But right now, I think it's sunburnt. Yeah, yeah. I was just gonna look at Amazon. I thought it would be a fun thing to do. It seems entertaining and like something that they may never have known or heard about or anything else. So a random fun thing to do. Yeah. Is it? Did you? What'd you do with that? Skip made rattlesnake tails. Wow. What kind of peppers? You said serrano. Did you say serranos? What did you say? I know you said, and I listened at the time, but my brain has forgotten because I'm using serranos, and so I feel like I just am thinking of serranos because that's what I just used. Red bell peppers. Gotcha, gotcha. Okay. You know, out of all the bell peppers, the red ones are the least offensive. But I really struggle with bell peppers. There's a particular flavor in bell peppers that I just never took to. So we got garlic, serrano mint. Mm-hmm. They have the most potent of whatever that flavor is that I struggle with. Ooh. Well, I mean, I think it's Greek yogurt. It's the Wallabies Greek yogurt. I like that brand. I'm pretty much always happy with it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't. I just know that the container says Wallabies Greek yogurt. That's all I know. I think the Greek yogurt is more about the style of the yogurt than it is the origin of the yogurt. I bet there's a house on one of the roads up here that we go down sometimes where this guy has this little like it's just a few feet wide square where he's got a few corn stalks growing. And it cracks me up. It's just one little plot in his front yard. Oh my goodness. This would normally have cilantro in it, but I'm not doing that because I'm already pushing my luck with the mint leaves. With my poor tortured ish. So what the frick did I do with that phone? I know. I'm already going to be torturing her with mint leaves. So there it is. Okay. Now I don't know that I'm going to do exactly what she did as far as seasoning this right, huh? Um, oh goodness. Why did that do that? Goodness. Okay. All right. Hi, Penny. How can I help you? You still have a while to go. Not yet. Not yet. Not time yet. I know, but it's not time yet. Um, I know. Okay, thank you for being here. Take care. I know. I actually have her wobble with some frozen food in it that I'll give her at 5. But she has to wait until at least 5 o'clock. You're not really supposed to eat until 5:30. So what she does is she uses half a teaspoon of ground cumin and a quarter teaspoon of black pepper or cayenne. And then half a teaspoon of, what does she say here? Chopped masala. Um, I have in there some of the, I can't remember what it's called, but it's basically dried mango. I'm thinking what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a little bit of the curry seasoning that we made and a little bit of the mango, the dried mango bits, and then we'll kind of taste it. Let's see if I can even recognize the name of this crazy seasoning that's the dried mango thing. Now that's Kashmiri chili powder, and so that'll make it easier to find because I know what that one is. It's not a spice that I use very often. I think I've only used it once, honestly. Um, Might have been when I made samosa. Here it is. Anjur? I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but that's what this is. All right, now let's grab our half a teaspoon. And our powder here. So I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of the dried mango in there. Not a lot. And then use half a teaspoon of our curry powder. And then see how that goes. There is salt on the cucumbers, So I'm not going to add any salt to it until I add the cucumber, because I'll have to kind of go off of how much of that stayed with the cucumber and how much dripped out with all the water, to know if we'll need more. And then she talks about using some of the spices to kind of sprinkle across the top for the aesthetic purposes. I'm going to add the cucumber now. I feel like it's probably wept a decent amount at this point. I am very glad that I only used half of that serrano, because if I'd used the whole thing, it definitely would have been too much. I was able to get I was able to get Miss Ish to eat some mint in the mango salad, and she did okay with it. So I felt a bit encouraged by that. I've really avoided using any mint when feeding her, because I know she struggles. Sorry, I'm squeezing this out real quick, and then I'll be back over there. And we're getting as much of the water out of the cucumber as we can possibly manage. Basmati only takes like 12 minutes to cook, doesn't it? I feel like the basmati cooks super quickly. We will be making some basmati to go with the curry. $12, yeah. It's a very quick little rice. Let me see. I do want a little bit more salt. While the curry is cooking, we'll have time to do our final cleanup. No, no. I added a couple of mint leaves to the raita. It's not very much. I personally can't really even taste it, but I'm hoping that it'll be not too much. I think they were saying that you thank me for my sacrifice because I didn't put cilantro in it, actually. So, Ish, I'm looking at being quite early today, actually. The only thing I have left to do is cook the curry itself. Um, and so um, we could feasibly be eating closer to 6 if you wanted. Okay. Otherwise, I can find some way to use up time. Okay. I can taste the mint there now. Okay, if you're okay with that. If that's going to be too much of a strain, that's okay. Just let me know, and I'll dally. I'll dilly dally about. You know. Oh God, how could you, Tommy? Okay, I always actually preferred raita over tzatziki, but I think it's more along my flavor profile preferences. Tzatziki is fine. I don't dislike tzatziki. It's just I like raita better. Okay, I'll sit here for a second. And then, I mean, I can. It would just get very quiet around here. I like that you specified more than I already am. If you guys know me at all, you know that I could talk to myself all day. And often do. Alrighty. 4:55. Well, thank you. I went on rants earlier ish. I went I it was a day. I actually went on so many rants that I like forgot about the tomatoes, and I did it before Penny. Now I can aim it at Penny. All right. It was intense. Um, we have. I I know. They actually like by the time I remembered and got them out, they were a little bit closer to like sun dried tomatoes. You know, they weren't burned, but they were dry. So let's think about our process here. We're going to open up a can of coconut milk. Um, we will we'll brown the outside of our chicken a little bit, and then we'll take the cream off the top of our coconut milk, and we'll fry that. The interesting thing about Indian curries that I was reading um, is that you actually want to break it. So you want the oil to separate out of the coconut cream, and um, and then we'll fry our curry paste in the in the coconut oil that separates out. Um, then we'll. Oh, I need to. Okay, I do have one more thing I need to do. I forgot. I have to. I have to chop an onion. So we'll fry our onion and curry paste. Wow, very nice deal. Debbie, this is why it's not going to be squishy, or it wasn't squishy when I was smashing it, because I I don't want to throw away my teaspoon, so I'm trying to find it before I go dump all this stuff in the trash. There it is. Okay. Um, I emptied this into the trash. Did you? Um, Goddamn, guys, my brain. I don't know. I don't know. There were thoughts. I had them. They passed. They flew away, and they're gone. Oh, because one of the things that I used to always do with my curries, um, was I put the onion in the curry paste. I'm not doing that today. I'm going to try just chopping the onion and adding it in that way. And we'll see how it goes. I really, really, really need to send my knives in to get sharpened. I just, I haven't. Haven't. I just haven't. I think about it often. I mean, part of the joy of the shun is that they have the free sharpening, right? All I have to do is just mail it to them and get it done. Um, but then every time I contemplate it, I'm like, okay, I've got to find all the paperwork, and then I have to have like the whatever ID numbers that you need um, to put on the forms to send that in, and then I need to have a box for it, and then I need to get to the mail place, and it's such a process, and so I don't do it. It is, yeah. The last time I got it done, I cheated and I just sent it to Miss Vella because at the time she lived close to the Shun factory.